For the last 6 decades, the only surviving Horten 229 has remained hidden in the shadows and away from prying eyes. Generations ahead of its time, the coveted Nazi war prize remains under tight security, along with other U.S. artifacts, here inside a government warehouse outside of Washington, D.C. 64 years after the Horten 229 took to the skies, the debate about its stealth capability is about to be settled.
Wow. It's amazing that the Germans were that far along in World War II.
It's amazing that of the technology that existed during the time frame, that they could come up with this type of a vehicle.
Stealth expert and aircraft designer Tom Dobrinz will lead a team from the aerospace company Northrop Grumman in building a full-scale replica of the Horten 229. Once complete, they'll then test its stealth ability against World War II Allied radar.
After the Battle of Britain, Goring came out and says, we need to find new flying machines. What we got now is ineffective. It wasn't ineffective. You know, they had some good flying machines. It was the radar that destroyed them.
Most of what is known about the 229 was gathered by David Myra during his meetings with the plane's designers, Walter and Reimar Horten, before they died in the 1990s.
Okay, Aldo, diameter of the exhaust liner.
The team has been given a few precious hours to examine and take measurements of the original German jet, a plane constructed almost entirely of wood.
Skin thickness, 3/4 of an inch.
The layers of veneer suggest the plywood may have prohibited the radar from penetrating the skin.
Was it truly something that they were trying to defeat a radar system? And that's going to be something we're going to try to find out.
To solve the mystery, they'll first test the plywood skin.
This will help us determine whether energy is being absorbed or reflected, or maybe shielding the inside of the vehicle itself from energy.
They'll use a pair of radar-emitting probes to focus electromagnetic energy against the plywood skin to see if it absorbs radar.
It seems like the surface itself isn't conductive, but it may be absorbing the signals.
So there's a good possibility that this could have been built as, if anything, maybe not even absorbing, but just possibly shielding.
The test confirms the wood improved the fighter's detection range, but it's not the only stealth feature on the Horten aircraft.
2.5 inches. It's got buried engines in the fuselage. All the surfaces are blended. You've got the carbon in the skin. You've got all these things, and then to say, you know, were they thinking about radar? Well, everything points to that.